Could this actually be the best live-action anime adaptation so far?
Here we go!
Hello all my beautiful nerds and anime fans, Josh here, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Netflix Death Note movie, which actually was just released today. So Netflix's Death Note is the latest live-action adaptation of the highly popular Japanese manga Death Note by writer Tsugumi Ohba. And despite all the controversy surrounding some of the casting choices and setting locations, the movie was actually really good. Netflix's Death Note stars Nat Wolff as Light Turner, Lakeith Stanfield as the eccentric L, and Margaret Qualley as Mia Sutton. It also stars Shea Wiggum as James Turner, Light's dad, William Dafoe as the Shinigami Ryuk, and Paul Nakauchi as L's butler Watari. So I think most of the Death Note fanbase was a bit disappointed, if not confused, as to why Death Note, the movie, would be based in Seattle and have Nat Wolff be portrayed as Light Yagami, or Light Turner in this iteration. But actually, I think the moment I really accepted Nat Wolff as Light was when San Diego Comic-Con released the first clip from the movie that we've ever had. The clip where Light first meets Ryuk. And when I saw that, I instantly loved that scene. I hoped that the entire movie would portray that and keep that feeling from that scene. And for the majority of the movie, it actually really delivered. I was not as disappointed with the feel of the movie as I thought I would be. Because I think one thing we can all agree on is live-action adaptations of manga series or even anime series really don't work that well. And in this movie, I think the translation from the Japanese market to the American market actually really worked very well. So the movie opens up with Light at school. He finds a Death Note, and later on in the day, after his first meeting with Ryuk and some prompting from Ryuk, he tries out the Death Note for the very first time and finds that it works. But after this, Light's actually contemplating whether actually he should use the Death Note or just get rid of it and have nothing to do with it or Ryuk whatsoever. But after having a bit of a fight with his dad, he decides to use Death Note one more time to get rid of a person who has some bad history with him and his family. Now, Mia-san, the American version of Misamane from the original anime and manga series, approaches and confronts Light about something that happened the previous day, and Light actually takes her and shows her the Death Note and tells her what it can do and what he can do with it. And from there, she convinces him to go further with his thinking, to go further with his planning, not to just kill the baddies from Seattle, but to help and rid the world of all villains, of all the evildoers in the world. And for a time, this actually works flawlessly until a certain eccentric detective named L reveals that he is actually hunting Kira, the name that Light uses for his killer persona. So just like in the source material, L recruits Light's dad and theorizes that Kira is actually someone close to them, someone with either access to the police department database or someone within their actual police force. And the hunt for Kira is on, but who will actually be the victor? Will L capture and arrest Light, or will Light defeat and elude L at his own game? That is for you to find out when you watch the movie. So despite all the controversy and backlash from all the hardcore and somewhat annoying fans of the Death Note fan base, the acting, the characters, the actors in this movie were actually really well portrayed. They were actually really well acted. In my opinion, I think there were only a couple of scenes where I thought the actors overreacted to a situation where I thought they probably should have acted a bit more normally. But other than that, I thought the actors did a really good job at portraying the characters that they were meant to be portraying. Nat Wolff actually does a really good job portraying a smart yet cocky Light. Lakeith Stanfield actually does a really good job portraying the detective L. And in this version, he is a lot more emotional and reactionary than we ever see him in the anime or manga. And that, I think, is a key difference and a good thing that we see in this movie. Also, William Dafoe as Ryuk, just phenomenal casting, phenomenal acting and voice acting right there. I thought he was great as Ryuk. He did an amazing job portraying such a lovable, evil death god. And this movie actually fixed a lot of the problems that I had with Mia Sutton's Japanese counterpart, Miyamane, from the source material, and made her an actually intriguing character, made her a actual part of the story, not just a side character who is like, oh, Light, I love you, I will die for you, please let me love you. No, they fixed that. They made her an intriguing character, and that is what I liked about her in this movie. So in wrapping up, I thought the pacing of the movie was really well done. I thought the actors actually did a really good job in their respective roles, and even in some areas improved on the original characters. And for the story, I thought in some places it probably could have been improved a bit more, but overall I thought it was a really good story, and the team, the developers, the studio behind it actually did a really good job adapting the classic Death Note story into a modern setting. And for that, I would have to give Netflix's Death Note a solid and well-deserved 8 out of 10. Alright, so that was my review and spoiler-free thoughts on the Netflix Death Note movie that just came out today. So if you guys haven't seen the movie yet and you guys just saw my review to see what I thought on it, go check it out on Netflix if you have Netflix. I highly recommend anyone who has seen the original anime or read the original manga to go into this movie with an open mind. If you do that, I promise you will have a really good time. And if you don't, I mean, that's your opinion. This is my opinion, so we all can't have the exact same opinion. Well, that'll be it for this review. If you guys have seen the Netflix Death Note movie, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. And if you guys liked my review of it, hit that like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Or if you guys are on VidMe, hit that upvote and follow. I really look forward to hearing what you guys have to say on this really interesting live-action adaptation. So that'll be it for me. I will see you guys in another video. Bye!